Are we seeing the beginning of a crypto winter? In today's video, I want to give you 10 reasons on what could actually cause a crypto winter. I am going to give you the probabilities of each. And at the end, variant, I'm actually going to give you, to me, probably a 90-95% chance on what's going to cause crypto winter. And it's probably going to be a factor that could be quite likely. So you're gonna want to watch this video. Stay tuned. Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian and my channel is all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, most of all Bitcoin. Today we're going to cover kind of the entire basket. And I think it's quite a good time. We've seen quite a setback from the top, and we've seen a bit of a shakeout, relatively large liquidations. I think $8-9 billion of leverage trading that completely got wiped out. So reminder, kids, don't do the L of leverage. Remember Charlie Munger, the 3 L's that wreck any human being, and he mentioned it for men, but it applies to any human being. And that's ladies, liquor, leverage. So no leverage, kids. It's important. So yeah, and today I want to give you a bit kind of the different probabilities, different kind of indications on what could cause, what could be a crypto winter. We're going to run it through by probabilities. And yeah, so this is definitely going to be an important one. Again, at the end, I'm going to give you my most likely scenario in all of this. So yeah, if you're actually new to my channel, then do me a quick favor. Click the subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out anything. And yeah, if you're a returning viewer, be it on LinkedIn, on Twitter, YouTube, on the podcast, leave me a like, leave me a positive review. And then, yeah, let's get going. So let's first define what a crypto winter actually is. To me, a crypto winter means we have a setback from the high of at least 50%. And this cannot just be like in March 2020, where it's a bounce down and then the recovery. This has to be not recovered over at least 6 months, right? So that to me is a crypto winter. So even 3 months, like whoop, down 60%, but then within 3 months we recover, that's not a crypto winter. So to me, a crypto winter, the last one we seen basically was 2018. For at least 6 months, we have seen minus 50%. We didn't recover. And that to me is a crypto winter. Most of all, because it's very unlikely that then afterwards you see a relatively quick turnaround. Most of the times you don't. So to me, a crypto winter, minus 50%, plus this has to be going on for at least 6 months, right? So no recovery above the 50% again within those 6 months. So that's really, really important. So just to kind of make this clear, right? So at the moment, we're far away from a crypto winter. I just want to make this as a key case. But so let's kind of go through. Let's discuss the past reasons. And there were actually two reasons there were three reasons, sorry. 3 reasons. We had 3 bigger bubbles, if you want to call it, in a sense. So we had this one in 2011 where it went up to $30, then crashed down to like $2. Then we've seen the 2013 run up, and then we have seen the 2017 run up. And so we have seen 3 different reasons for a crypto winter. So let's discuss this. Very first one, 2011, the reason we have seen this run up is an inherent euphoria in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was way faster in price than its value. And that was the reason back then. And so to be very clear, right now we have the stock to flow model, and that's going to be probably one of the key metrics I'm going to look at over the entire next month. I'm going to look at how far ahead does the Bitcoin price get from stock to flow. And so, yeah, as long as it kind of stick to this, I just don't see any reasons. Even if we go to 500,000 over the next 2 years, there's no reason for me to kind of sell, because I just believe, hey, we're actually prices at value, right? So that was the very first. So clear cut here. Second crash, 2013, big reason there was because of an exchange crash. So a centralized company that was system critical crashed and completely took the entire market down. In this case, it was Mt. Gox. And so while this is possible today, I'm just not sure if this is actually going to cause a crypto winter. Even if Binance kind of gets a massive hack, if Coinbase gets a massive hack, I mean, how big must this hack be, right? I mean, even if this is $1 billion, which is like an insane amount, I just still don't think this would cause any kind of crypto winter, right? So I just think this is a very low probability. For Bitcoin to get like an inherent euphoria and kind of running up, this could obviously happen. I mean, this is something I would probably be tracking. So, and this is also where I'm coming from when I say, you know what? If we're seeing prices above 300,000 this year without any validation, I'll probably back up a bit and say, hey, you know what? This might be a bit bubbly here. Again, at the moment, we're far away from that. No centralized exchange or block platform is at risk right now. Let's go to the 2017 crash. The reason we had a crypto winter there, a completely new reason, it was a shiny object. In that case, it was ICOs. And at the end, that's what totally made the market collapse. It caused euphoria, and then afterwards it collapsed. So this is the big question. Can we see another shiny object in 2021? And we could, right? I mean, NFTs are a candidate, DeFi is a candidate. We have altcoins in general. I mean, look at the Doge run up. These are all cases, right? It could be that security tokens see a revival, maybe DAOs. Maybe there's a completely new blockchain use case that's completely going to cause euphoria and completely inflate and then deflate the market. I just don't see any of those things right now. Plus, there are a lot of additional ways now getting into the market. And it's not like 2017 where everything had to go through Bitcoin and everything had to go through Ethereum. Now there's just so many more kind of pathways. And so looking at all those, I just don't see any of those likely. I want to be very honest. I just don't see like this Bitcoin euphoria, especially right now. Maybe we're going to see it in Q3, Q4. Again, very low probability. The centralized exchange, low probability. A new shiny object, I don't know. Like DeFi, NFTs hasn't been pumping or hyping Bitcoin as a whole. Very skeptical that this is going to cause a crypto winter. So let's look into a couple of other things. And I'm going to give you the beginnings so that the next example is going to be very low probability. Number 4 is actually quantum computer breakthrough. This is possible. I just think it's a super tiny risk. Yes, if we don't solve like a new algorithm over the next 10 years for Bitcoin, there's going to be some challenges. Having a quantum computer breakthrough is going to cause all kinds of issues. Very low probability, very low risk, but it's there, right? This can cause a crypto winter. I want to give you all the various reasons. Then obviously we have that of Satoshi being a malign Satoshi. It's actually what Coinbase even covered in their filing. So this could be a reason, very unlikely, but it's definitely there. And then number 6, and that's an issue that's always on the table. That's Tether. Tether kind of blowing up. It kind of counts a bit to the exchange thing. Again, I think it's relatively unlikely. So all the first 6 are, to me, very unlikely, to be honest. Don't give it much probability. Now I'm going to give you probably a few more that, could happen. Obviously, we can always see a new black swan. And by definition, that was like obviously a reason last year that we had this dip down with COVID, right? So it could be another black swan. I don't know. It could be an electricity outage that can have a lot of repercussions. Again, we're not talking about electricity outage, price dipping 50%, then recovering. No, I'm talking about crash, all the way down, right? So obviously this is possible. Very difficult to calculate, not something to prepare for. So I want to be really clear here. But so now let me give you 2 that I think are possible. Unlikely this year though, but very likely over the next 5 to 10 years. And the very first one is taxation. I believe taxation is going to be a massive price spiral kind of creator, because you might see an unrealized gains tax. It's going to be absolutely insane when people who are sitting on thousands of percent suddenly have to pay 5% on that. So that's going to cause, in my opinion, one of the biggest price spirals probably over the next 5 years. I want to be really clear here. I know that I'm on the minority here. Most people don't think that's going to come. I'm like convinced this is going to come. So that's definitely going to cause a crypto winter. Probably not the next one, but maybe the one afterwards, just because taxation takes a little bit until this is all in place. That brings me to number 9, and that's actually regulation. Not so much on the individual level. I want to make this clear. But if you look at institutional level, corporate balance sheets, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and so on, at the moment they are net buyers. Just imagine if the SEC goes and says, hey, of course you can put Bitcoin on your balance sheet, but from now on you have to jump through 6 extra hurdles. Do you really think the Tesla board is going to be happy about Elon still having his 30 to 40,000 Bitcoin on his balance sheet? Maybe, but probably not. Do you think more kind of large companies are then going to have it on there if they're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, of course we would love to have Bitcoin on our balance sheet, but no one really wants to jump through 60 extra hurdles. So this extra regulation, making it harder to on-ramp, to off-ramp, making it harder to get in KYC'd, getting it harder, like making it hard to actually get access to transfer, all these things. So that's just gonna make it less appealing. And with that, demand slows down. Both things, taxation and regulation, to me is very likely over the next 5 to 10 years, unlikely over the next 1 or 2 years. So I just want to make this clear here, right? So I just think this is going to take a little bit because the mills turn slowly as soon as you get to the government. So let me kind of get you ready for what, in my opinion, is actually going to be the most likely cause. And this could actually happen this year. It probably could happen Q3, Q4. The most likely cause for a new crypto winter. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Pause the video. Think about it. What do you think is missing? The most likely cause is the reopening of the economy. And the reason why is because so far, especially a lot of the wealthy people, a lot of people who have found new wealth in crypto, and look, there's a lot of people who had, I don't know, $50,000 in crypto last year, and now they're close to $1 million because crypto just went up so insane, and there was nothing else to buy, there was nothing to spend on. Well, but guess what? Suddenly traveling is possible. Suddenly you might want to quit your job, and suddenly people want to do new things. And guess what? Where they're gonna get their money from? They're gonna spend their crypto because that's where they have these massive profits. And they're gonna spend this money for traveling, for buying new things. Suddenly there's this new confidence. Maybe they want to move. And at the end, it's this selling that, in my opinion, is going to put pressure on tech stocks. It's going to put pressure on the entire tech sector. All the things that completely boomed during COVID. And now they're just going to see a massive, massive pressure. And to me, that's actually a very likely scenario. I know this is not the scenario that people want to hear from me, and they want to be like, they want to hear a little monkey clapping and telling them that all is going to be fine. And yes, I think everything is going to be fine. But to be honest, I think like when this point comes, when you see the economy's opening, and when you see like traveling, and when you see the world getting a bit back to normal, this is probably the time where I would just kind of get a bit more risk off and just be a bit more careful and cautious, and maybe, you know, go a bit more into Tether, maybe put some put options on, like just kind of protect yourself. And again, I'm just saying, you can do your own decisions. It's your own money. And I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just kind of give you a bit of my thoughts, the stuff that I'm hearing. Look, you know how many people I know who have had, I don't know, $5 million in crypto like a year ago. Now suddenly they're close to 100 million. Guess what? Like, they're like, dude, as soon as this thing is open, like, I'm just going to quit my job. Like with 5 million, I was doing well. Now with 100 million, I'm like uber rich. Let me just like, let me just move with my family. Like, let me have some fun. Let me, like, do you know how many people I know? And like, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to sell half of the 100 million, and suddenly they sell 50 million. Guess what so many others are doing? Like, I'm just saying, right? It doesn't matter if you're talking about 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 100 million, a billion. So many people, especially the wealthy, they can't spend money right now. They can't. On what? There's nothing to spend money on. And suddenly you can do it on their private jets, you can do the yachts, you can do the travel. This is where you can spend a lot of money. Quitting the job, just like kind of traveling the world, going on a world tour. Trust me, this is where there's spending happening. And that is where I could foresee. Not that I'm like 100% sure, but I think it's very likely that we're going to see a negative price spiral. And yeah, that's just a bit of my fear here. Again, I hope I'm wrong. It's not something I'm worried on right now. It would be probably something that's starting to worry maybe, I don't know, Q3, Q4, kind of in my mind, right? So, yeah, let me know what you think about this. And if you want to stay up to date, because I'm going to be updated on that, click the subscribe button here, click the like button, and then I'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Stay safe. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.